Seems they were nigh on perfect in the first half. Did you spend so much energy staying right in the game at half time that you ran empty in the second 40?
I think there was a fair bit of fatigue that second half, but you're right. Like, I think they went 21 from 21 to start the game, and where they handed over the footy to us, and it was always in deep yardage, so we were always sort of under the pump a little bit. But I was really happy at half time, with regards to the scoreboard. We were close enough if we were good enough, but obviously we fell away in the second half, so that was disappointing. Like, if you look at the scoreboard, it was disappointing. But there was moments in the game that I was proud of. There was there was no lack of fight. We just got a fair bit of a really big lesson in playing finals footy. To be fair, like, that was like a finals game, and come early, and they give us a big lesson there. Yeah.
Daly, your first loss in a month and a half. I think it was June 13 your last loss because of 2 byes, 3 wins. How big a speed bump does that feel like today?
To be fair, like, the last months feel like a huge progression for us as a side. We beat a few teams that are a bit below us, and then we beat the Storm last week, who are obviously one of the benchmarks. We come up against another benchmark side today, and they showed us exactly why they are where they are and where they've been the last few years. So, as Steve's mentioned, I thought they taught us a lesson tonight, but the progress we've made, we'll walk away and look at those lessons that need to be learned from today, no doubt about it. But overall, we have been moving in the right direction.
And Steve, sadly, do you expect to have Hamoli play with you again this season?
I don't think so. Look, there was always, our medical staff said to Hamoli and myself that, there's a risk when you, dislocate your shoulder the first time. I think there's, around about a 90% risk that you do it again. So we wanted to take that risk. He had 6 weeks reconditioning there and trained fully for the last 2 weeks. So he just got his shoulder, in an awkward position there. So look, I would expect that he'd have an operation when appropriate. So we won't see him again this year.
How frustrated is he, Seibs? Like, to go down in your first game back, that's pretty tough.
Yeah. Like, I mean, look, it was always a calculated risk, the medical staff said, and obviously with a player of his quality and standing in our team, we wanted to, pursue that risk. We didn't want to worry about next year. We wanted to worry about what's in front of our face there. And as I said, he had 2 really good weeks of training. Even for the Storm game, he probably could have played that game, but we wanted to, give him another week. And so it was disappointing to see that. And I think, that'll be him done for the season, I would have thought. Yeah.
Daly mentioned that the progression the team sort of had over the last month or so. Like, how crucial is it these next few weeks? You've got a couple of games against teams that are there or thereabouts. I think Roosters and Dolphins in the next little bit. Like, how crucial is this next little period?
Yeah, look, I mean, as the season comes towards an end, there's 6 games left, and when you're sitting where we're on the table, there's no doubt about it, they're all important. But we really do have to just focus on the next game. Like, if we're looking at the ladder now and trying to calculate if we win this and if we lose that, we're going to lose focus of what's really important for us right now. So we understand each game is really important and valuable for us. So the best thing that we can do is go away, learn some lessons from what Canterbury did to us tonight, and then get ready for the game this weekend, which, as everyone knows, is an important game with a team, a similar position to you on the ladder. So they're all important, but we do need to make sure as a playing group we focus on what's in front of us.
Where does that improvement come from, do you think?
Well, obviously defensively. We can learn a big lesson on the way their discipline was today. They obviously didn't make an error with the ball. And defensively, I don't think they gave away any penalties or many penalties. So they were squeaky clean today, and it showed why they were the benchmark of the comp. But again, we have made a huge progression, and we need to make sure that we take the lessons from what we learned today, but understand we have come a long way in the last month, and we need to keep pushing forward.
Seems much in that Matt Lodge hit late. Did you think?
I don't think so. I think it was a penalty was sufficient. I think he was just a little bit frustrated with how the game was panning out. So, look, I think that'll be, obviously leave it as a penalty. But, obviously I'm not the match review committee, but, it is what it is.
Are you going to get any middles back anytime soon, Seeps?
Not really, I don't think, mate. Like, Brownie's out with his bicep. Taniela potentially round 27, I'm told, but he's a big man and we miss him. He's a quality player, but you'd expect he'd need to play some footy before he comes straight back in the first grade after being unavailable since round 3, I think it was. So look, there's no one returning soon. yeah, we've got our group. As you know, I agree with Chaz. We've made some really good strides the last few weeks. That was the second half was a step back. As I said, I think the first half was, you know, we can be proud of how we kept fighting hard. Like, you know, that scoreboard could have been 20, you know, 20 something, but yeah, we fell away, you know, badly in the second half, which was really disappointing. You know, so but you know, credit to the Bulldogs. They played a very, very high standard quality game of footy, and they got their rewards.
Little knee scare for Tom, but he's good post game, was he?
He tells me he is, yeah. So just it was a really awkward sort of tackle there, and he got his knee sort of caught up, but he was walking around fine, finished the game obviously. So yeah, hopefully there's nothing nothing untoward in that sort of incident. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers,
Thanks,
guys.
boys.
Thank you.
Thank you.